Hops and Stocks podcast is presented by 100 Spoke Media Group. We encourage our listeners to drink responsibly. Please note, we are not financial advisors. We do not offer or provide financial advice.
I'm Spoke affiliated from the city of Gems.
Welcome back to the Hops and Stocks podcast, brought to you by 100 Spoke Media Group. This is episode 72. We got myself, Blast, and B-Dub here. Doug hit us with the shenanigans again today because it's 70 degrees in Ohio.
Yeah. Hey, but I mean, at 6:30, it got kind of gnarly around here.
Did it?
But yeah, my son started soccer practice today, and I dropped him off at 6:30. Probably like 6:45, I got a text like, "Yeah, come back up here." They canceled practice. Yeah, lightning was going down and everything.
Hey, Blast, what's the park next to Aquatic Club across the street? It's not John Wolf. It's
yeah, I don't think I remember the name.
But you know the park I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So you know how you go in, it's open.
Yeah.
So we used to have baseball practice in there in that field.
Oh yeah. I practiced in there before.
So it's open. So we're in the middle of practice. It just starts hailing. There's no trees. It's just open. I just stood there like this and just I didn't have a ride because, you know what I'm saying? We like 11, 12. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That reminds me of that time me and you went to Kroger at UC, and on the way back, the skies just opened up. And I mean, there was nothing we could do but just take it.
Just take it, man. Draws wet. What?
Yeah. I mean, at some point, you just have to start laughing. Like, well, you know, there's nothing I can do out here, man.
You can't run because it's gonna make it worse.
Nah, yeah. We was too far away.
Oh yeah, we just walked, man. Just walked it on out.
Can dig it, man. Tonight, I do believe we will have a guest, Miss Ashley Browning. So we will properly introduce her once she hops on. But let's kick it off to these brews, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we always do about this time. We'll slide it to my visual left. I think B-Dub has a can. He may have a bottle. He may have a 40 ounce, man. He may have something in a brown bag.
He still owes the crowd.
Oh yeah, he's. This isn't a rerun. This is a double. This is a double back.
I had to circle back, spin the block one time.
Right.
I could not review this last time because I was going through some things.
And that thing is going to explode when you open it.
Yeah. So let me crack this off cam.
Is that a stout?
This guy's up here like
Caribbean. Yeah, it's a Caribbean stout.
Oh, and you're not even cracked?
Nah. I was ill prepared. I forgot this wasn't stout. This is two weeks in the making, bro.
We about to get a sus review, man.
Yeah, I wonder what makes a Caribbean stout, man.
It's from the islands, man.
Pineapples.
Man, it's coconuts.
Some kush up in there or something.
Plantain.
Some conch fritter up in this joint, man.
It got plantain notes.
Plantains up in there. Some oxtail up in that joint.
So yeah, just the backstory on this. I couldn't drink last 2 weeks, so I gave the notes on it. So today's my official review. So we're going to attempt to talk about it. It's cold, so bear with me.
Yeah, it tastes like nothing because I didn't properly prep my stout.
What's on the nose?
Coffee.
Coffee? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Tastes like coffee. It is bitter cold, so I'm not getting everything, but it's leaning towards coffee. It's not bad. I'll revisit this mid-pod, but just off the cold factor, it's a solid pour. So I'm not mad at this one. This was Sycamore Caribbean Stout. It's coming in at 7%, which is kind of weak for a stout. Doesn't have the notes on this one, but I am definitely tasting that dark roasted coffee note, which is cool. Which is weird because I don't like coffee. I don't drink anything hot. I don't like tea. I don't like coffee. I've had hot chocolate. That's cool, but other than that, yeah, I don't really fool with anything hot. But in a beer,
I don't like nothing hot either. But I wonder if y'all would like iced coffee. That's the only only way I like my coffee is cold.
I recently gotten a cold brew, and I like it, but I probably don't drink it like most people drink it because I be getting all them different flavored what's the creamery things?
Yeah, all them.
Like like they got Cinnabon, they got caramel. Like my joint be tasting like dessert, man.
Yeah, that's the only way I could probably drink one of those joints. But yeah, this ain't bad at all. Sycamore Caribbean Stout, 7%, it's a solid 4. I'm probably gonna go up, but that's yet to be determined. What you got there, Blast?
All right, based off of my man E saying Hoppin Frog had good stouts, I went and picked up one of those. You know, I was a little bit leery of Hoppin Frog after what Big D brought through the cookout. So I always went past them whenever I saw them, but a couple weeks back, he had a stout from them, so I picked up a stout. I don't think this is the same one. I hope not, but it's called Evolutions of B.O.R.I.S the Crusher. And B.O.R.I.S is an acronym. It stands for Bodacious Oatmeal Russian Imperial Stout. Is that the one you had, E?
Is it gold?
Um,
I've had that one, but that's not the one I reviewed.
Okay.
But yeah, you good.
Basically, this is a caramel macchiato stout. I'm assuming based on that acronym, it's got some sort of oatmeal to it as well. But let's see. On the numbers, we're looking at 9.4 on the ALC. The nose smells great on this thing.
That's kind of light for them, man. They be usually double digits.
Double digits. Well, 9.4, man. Give them the round up.
Nah, it's round down. It's a 4.
Nah, man. See, that's that Dayton math you got right there, man.
Man, that's legit math, man. Of course, round down.
Anyway, this is a 10 on the ALC. We're gonna check it out.
I do not like their logo, man. That frog reminds me of like the WB frog, man.
What you got against the WB frog?
Right, man. What do you?
He just be dancing on like, you know what I'm saying?
This man's hating on the WB frog, man.
It sounds like he's got a little bit more problems. That dance that he was doing that conjures up some other types of feelings. All right, let's get back to this brew, man. The first note is a little off-putting for me, and it's probably just the coffee. It's a little heavy on the coffee, but the rest of it is love, man. You definitely get all of that caramel macchiato. I'm not really getting any of the oatmeal, but it's a little bit unbalanced to me because that coffee is so heavy. I mean, but hell, it's called a caramel macchiato, which is, I believe, a coffee beverage.
Yeah, coffee drink.
You can't have a caramel macchiato without coffee. So, you know, maybe it's just imbalanced to me. But
how long you had it out?
Probably 20.
Oh yeah, give it 45.
I really like the back end of it though, with the caramel and the macchiato. That's real good. Right now, I'm gonna give it a 4 1/4 because I think the good outweighs the bad. And like you said, maybe with a little more time, it'll go up from there. So I'll circle back through after B-Dub. Let's Hoppin Frog Evolutions of B.O.R.I.S the Crusher with B-Dub's favorite guy on there.
It's the salamander.
For those who will be watching us visually, Ashley just joined the pod. Welcome to the podcast, Hops and Stocks.
Thank you for having me.
We got one more beer review, and then we'll properly introduce you and let you do your thing.
Okay.
All right. Since I was accused of ishing on Black History Month earlier with a review of Black is Beautiful, I gave a previous offering a 3.5. I tried to give it love with 3.75, but cats called me on my bluff. So I'm going back to Black is Beautiful as we close out Black History Month and also introduce Women's History Month. Haha, y'all like what I did there. So this offering is by this is Southern Grist, checking it at 10%. And the only difference between theirs and Yazoo is it's Imperial Stout with vanilla. I am the only one that did the stout properly. This joint has been out for like 50 minutes. Looks like motor oil. Really viscous. Smells like chocolate.
Mouthfeel.
Tastes like fire. Yeah, this one's dope. So this doesn't have like the bitter notes that Yazoo had. This one's a little bit more mellow. Excuse me. You're getting chocolate, and I think that probably that cutting it with vanilla is what's mellowing it out a little bit.
Any coffee in there?
You get a hint of like dark roasted coffee on the finish. Yeah, this is a much better offering, and it's equally as dope as what I remember it. I'm gonna get this joint a 4.5. I like it. It's probably like 2 years old now, and I think I got 2 more left. So I probably need to go ahead and drink these joints pretty soon.
Definitely need to kill them.
But it doesn't taste like it's aging or anything like that. Like no funny notes or nothing like that. But you're getting chocolate and dark roasted coffee with a hint of vanilla, which to me, you know what I'm saying, that's a balanced stout. I like a little bit sweet. This one's not sweet at all. So there's not really a lot of sweetness in there, but I don't believe this is supposed to have a lot of sweetness. So yeah, 4.5 on the Southern Grist. Black is beautiful. Probably can't get these no more. Stout done right.
You gonna keep on saying that?
Because y'all failed the stouts, man. Like I didn't even know.
I forgot it was a stout.
We didn't even. It's not like we even planned to do stout night. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, in full transparency, you hopped on a little early.
What? I hopped on early.
Normally we shoot the ish a little bit, and around 7:45, we fire up. So I cracked at 7:15. If we would have gotten started at 7:45, I would have been primed.
Oh man, no.
I mean,
blame it on me for starting on time.
Well, I mean, there's somebody else who wasn't even cracked.
Blame it on me for starting on time. I apologize.
And you're doing a rerun beer.
No, this is a totally different offering.
Man,
different brewery. Hey man, I'm closing out Black History in a positive note, man. Positive fashion. 4.5. Salute the Black folks, man. And Southern Grist.
You're making amends for ishing on it earlier though. So
man, it was a bad offering, man. I gotta be honest with the people. If the beer was bad, the beer was bad. That last beer was bad. But
apologize to the ancestors, dog.
I apologize. Nah, you the one that had the most egregious Black History.
Man, let's leave that in February.
Yeah, we'll leave that in the past. You know what I'm saying? They probably still turning their graves from what you did. All right, we're gonna properly introduce our guest, Miss Ashley Browning. Ashley is a self-care influencer, sexual health educator, and entrepreneur. Hello, Ashley.
Hey.
and she's from the hometown.
And she's from Dayton.
Yeah.
So true transparency, we don't know Ashley, and Ashley doesn't know us.
Not at all.
I came across Ashley's profile on Facebook. Somebody had made a post about looking for, like entrepreneurs and women around the city to speak at an event. And every single person was tagging this Ashley Browning. I'm so like, well, who is she? Like, she's somebody I need to talk to. Yeah, so I reached out to her on Facebook, and I read, her Facebook page, and I was like, oh yeah, this interesting person. So here we are. We have Ashley, and we're going to get to know her just as you guys are going to get to know her.
Mm-hmm.
So
thank y'all for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
Got you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Ashley. It's good to have you around.
So you have a really vast bio, and I know when I reached out to you, you was like, what do you want me to talk about? And I was like, man, I don't know, pick something. But then
He really did, though.
Did he?
We kind of settled in on business development, but
Yeah.
I don't really want to shortchange you on, what I'm saying, your accomplishments and your background, because like I said, it's a really vast bio. So whatever you're comfortable speaking on and touching on, and giving the listeners some introspective on Ashley.
All right, so I have two like strong passions that I kind of talk about. And so that's why I was like, well, which one you want me to talk about? And so I am a business consultant, and also I am a self-care coach. So I didn't know what perspective or what avenue he wanted me to talk from. So I can talk about any one of those. So if y'all got questions or whatever, or I can just freestyle, just kind of let me know how y'all want me to flow.
We are real laid back here, but let's dive into the business development piece.
Okay.
That's probably more our lane, but then we can hop off into the self-care as well, because I believe we've had some guests that have similar backgrounds with the self-care.
Yeah, and I love the self-care motto that's in the bio. So yeah, we definitely got to talk about that.
What was that? Self-care ain't selfish?
Yeah, self-care ain't selfish, man.
Yeah,
especially with guys, because I don't know, most of us probably grew up the same way where the guy is supposed to kind of be the strong person and make sure everybody else is good, which doesn't leave you much time to take care of yourself. But
right.
I know I can speak for myself. Recently, my family has kind of encouraged me to do the things that I enjoy, whether that's with them or without them. And it's cool when you have that backing, because you feel like you can really do some of the things that you need to do to keep you in a good mindset. So when you come home, you're fully energized and, able to take on the things that a dad, a husband, whatever has to take on. So
yeah,
I think self-care for everybody is really important.
Definitely. I agree.
Yeah. So as we touch on the business development, I was reading that part where it says to encourage an entrepreneur is to revitalize a community. That's like a powerful statement. So let's jump off from there.
Well, if you know anything about the dating community, we all know that we need some economic development, right? Yeah. So we know that businesses are not coming to West Dayton, and that's just not what they're interested in, right? So I think that when you have small businesses, that helps the community grow. And it also helps put money back into community, because we've lost a lot of money and we lost a lot of opportunity for people to have jobs and opportunities to get out the hood, right? So I think that when you have small businesses, that is something that can lend the opportunity for people, because a lot of big businesses are not doing that anymore. So that is where I come in as a consultant to kind of help you with, how do we get from A to B, and how can I help you with your paperwork, and how can I help you with being strategic and planning for your business, and also doing it the right way the first time, so you don't kind of have to make those mistakes along the way, and be open and receptive to learning and getting the information that you need in order to be successful in business.
Got you. What's your background? So how did you get on this path to where you are today?
So business is nowhere near my background. That is something that just kind of happened along the way. So I have an undergrad degree that I have never used. My undergrad degree was in criminal justice. I have never worked in criminal justice, never. And so in my background, so my master's makes more sense for my self-care coaching and all of that. I'm in the counseling field, so self-care coaching, counseling, all the same thing, right? So that makes more sense than anything else. But I started my business in 2017, I believe, and I just seen that there were resources, or there are resources out there, but at the time it wasn't a lot of resources that look like us. So I think that we are more prone or more apt to learn from people who look like us. So I started to do small business development classes. And so that's kind of how I got out there, was by doing those classes to say, here, this is how you start your business. This is how, you can figure out how to do your business plan. This is how you can figure out how to do social media marketing. This is how you can figure out how to do your finances, your taxes, and all of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of how I kind of started my into business, and then I do one-on-ones as well. So that's kind of how I got out there with that business development piece.
So your background, well, your degree is in criminal justice. When did you find out that wasn't your lane?
I knew that in college. No, I knew that in college.
Wow.
I knew that in college, but I was too far along.
Yeah,
Changed my major, and I literally got done in 4 years. I was not trying to do anything extra. And I had, I was blessed to have the opportunity to not have loans. So I didn't want to waste my grandfather's money even further. So I was just like, I'm going to do this criminal justice. And, and I also think that at 18, you don't know what you want to do for the rest of your life.
Right.
So that's where I was with that. And then, so I lived in Kentucky for about 8 years. I moved back to Dayton in 2013. And then that's when I kind of was like, okay, let's see, where do I fit into the ecosystem here?
Yeah, my sister graduated from Kentucky State.
Okay, thoroughbred. Hey.
Yeah.
Where is Kentucky State at?
It's in Frankfort, Kentucky. So actually, Frankfort is the capital.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Ain't that the
most
capital?
people don't know that. They usually think it's either Lexington and Louisville, but it's Frankfort. Yeah.
Gotcha. How was the college experience for you at Kentucky State?
I would go back and do it all over again 10 times.
Okay.
It was great. I would change my major, but I would do the experience all over again.
Yeah. I agree with the college, because the experience is unparalleled. You can't get that experience doing anything else. But if you fast forward to here we are, 2023, like, I'm not even an advocate of college.
And I'm not either. So that's so crazy. I'm a firm believer in trades. Firm believer in trades, because it's an opportunity for you to get in, learn what you need to learn, and then get a job, right? But I would not trade my college experience. Nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. What I know now, I probably would have majored in public administration or public health or something in that arena. But like I said, I would definitely not trade my college experience. And I think it made me an overall well-rounded person. And I think that when you have culture, I think I'm more cultured as well when it comes because of college.
Yeah. Especially living in the dorms, man. That's gonna give you some character right there.
So I was lucky because I went to high school with my roommate.
Oh, okay.
So I knew my roommate. I only didn't know one roommate. So I had the privilege or the opportunity to already be friends with all of my roommates except for one. So I'm grateful for the opportunity as well, because I've heard some horrible stories about that whole.
Yeah, man. I had me and B-Dub were in the same hall, so we knew each other going in. But I had a roommate, and I thought everything was cool. I came home one day, it was just empty. I'm like, damn. What did I do to this young man?
That ain't nothing, dog. Second year in the dorms, I came back from class and my roommate was sitting on his bed like this, and he had his graduation gown on.
What?
Yeah, and he had one of those Andre 3000 like beanie type wraps on his head. So he was like this in his bed, like this, in his graduation robe. I was like,
what was his deal?
Yeah, I was saying
that was normal for him. Remember not Naseem Naeem?
Oh yeah, that he was a.
Oh, was he? Yeah, was he praying though?
No, he was just chilling.
I forgot about him. I thought
I'm like, maybe he was praying.
Man, I prayed for him. But he wasn't there too much longer. I think he moved out, and he was from Cincinnati, so he just went back home.
That college experience can be interesting, man. You never know what's going on. Somebody's bread might dry up, and they be out. You see them one day, and they gone the next. Like, damn, what happened?
And the college is definitely not for everybody. Not at all.
True. Yeah, I like both you and E's take, especially about the trade business. To your point, you're never lacking for work if you got a trade. The world always gonna need plumbers, electricians, that kind of stuff. So.
We was in a whole pandemic, and literally everybody was worried about getting their hair done, their haircut, getting their nails done. Like that was the only thing on everybody's mind. So they didn't care that we was in the house, but they like, okay, well, when can I get my hair done?
I remember when the governor was, dropped the news. I think you could go to the barber shop again. Cats was Cass was wilding out. I was cutting my own son's hair. I'm like, man, I ain't messing around with y'all.
Mhm.
Like, you gonna get this backyard fade, son. It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Have you noticed? So I feel like, and look, this kind of spin off of the pandemic thing, but I feel like during the pandemic, everybody became an entrepreneur.
Correct.
Had to.
And
Absolutely.
like, you know, shows like EYL became extremely popular, Wall Street Trapper. A lot of people, you know, on social media made entrepreneurship and investing, you know what I'm saying, like cool to do. So have you noticed like an uptick in your business and say, you know what I'm saying, since the pandemic?
In the pandemic, I made more money than I ever made in my life.
You ain't gotta whisper that.
No,
say it
I'm
out-
really
say it out
saying,
loud.
like,
Flex on them.
Yeah, you can say it out
Literally.
loud.
I mean, people were sitting at home. So like they like, oh, well, I guess I should get an LLC. And hey, I'm here, I'll do it, you know. So I think that also I think the pandemic made people realize their worth too. And I think that when you're sitting at home and you don't have to go into an office or you don't have to answer to anybody per se, you realize like, oh, I can start my business, or I have the time to sit down and do my business plan, and I can do my structure. So let me go ahead and start this business. And I that's why we see a shortage in, you know, workforce development now, because you don't see that many cashiers at the Family Dollar anymore, or you don't see those many workers at McDonald's, because those workers at McDonald's they took what they learned at McDonald's and now they selling food out their house, because now they on that entrepreneur, you know, thing. So I think the pandemic was a blessing and a curse. I think that it really helped a lot of people see what their passions were, but I also think the economy had kind of like stifled because of the pandemic.
Definitely forced a lot of people to think outside the box. That's how we came together.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you know, we ain't sitting here today without the pandemic.
You're right.
Y'all probably was sitting at home like, what we gonna do? And then
Listen,
y'all came up with this.
we was doing
just drinking together on the screen, and like, hey, these jokes is kind of funny. Y'all think we should put this out?
We was doing exercises through text.
Oh, yeah.
We was doing virtual happy hours, anything to just see people.
Yeah, no, I was literally pulling up to my friend's house and like meeting them. Like I'm in the car, they're like in their driveway, like just to say, hey, I seen you, right? Yeah, it was like you had to really be creative in those moments. And you don't realize how much you miss people until you don't have the opportunity to really see people.
True.
Yeah. I mean, I was literally taking a shower, getting dressed to go in my living room.
Gotta get right.
You were showering?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I showered that many days, but
I started my business during the pandemic. I've been in corporate America for I think this year like 2 decades. And
you telling your age?
I'm 46. Like,
Yeah, ain't no shame.
yeah, I'm not out here trying to stunt in front. I'm 46. So I started my business and during the pandemic because I've been in corporate America and then I got furloughed. And I was like, wait, what? I've been comfortable, you know what I'm saying, like 2 decades, and it was just like, yeah, we need y'all to take a break for like I think it was almost like 6 months.
Yeah, he was getting
it was a long time, and that just opened my eyes to the fact that, hey, at any given time, this lifestyle that I've provided for myself can be taken away from me, and I can be, you know what I'm saying. Luckily, my job, they were paying up to 80% of my salary, so I was cool. But it just opened my eyes to, I don't ever want to be in a position where a job controls my happiness, my resources, and basically my lifeline. So I started my credit business during the pandemic, and you know what I'm saying, ever since then, I've been trying to, I hope my job don't watch the podcast, I've been trying to work myself out of corporate America. Since then. It's just like the time frame for me has sped up like light years. It's like, okay, I'm not trying to be nowhere till I'm 65. I'm not even trying to be nowhere till I'm like 50. Like, I want to be a full-time entrepreneur. One thing that you start to appreciate is that time and freedom. Yeah. Because we had a heck of a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like, everybody was in the house. but I grew accustomed to it. And this is probably a bad thing, but I grew accustomed to just being by myself and being with myself and like getting in tune with like my ideas and thoughts. And that's kind of where I am now. And it's almost a struggle because they try to do this hybrid thing. I was like, yeah, nah, that don't work for me. It's like, y'all gave me 2.5 years at home and y'all want me to come in for like 2 days a week. Like, no, I'm cool.
And then they're going to try to reel you back in 2 days,
like, nah.
3 days, 5 days.
Right, like,
I think that has been a realization for a lot of people as well. I think people are more happier and with their mental health working for themselves as well.
Yeah.
Especially people who have families, people who have that like fear of, well, I can't take off my job today, but my son or my kid or whoever is sick, but I got to worry about what this job is saying. Or little Billy got a doctor's appointment and I got to now figure out how to move these hours around to do X, Y, and Z. I think that is if jobs do not become more flexible, they won't have people. Because I shouldn't have to worry about how to live my life and do my job. If I'm doing my job, it shouldn't be an issue that I got to run to, the post office to do whatever it may be. But I think that was one of the realizations, I think, in the pandemic too. Like I can do my job well at home and still live my life. Like I love the opportunity to, throw a load of clothes on while I'm doing my job or, whatever. I think we love that flexibility. And I think that's what the pandemic really realized, doing that whole thing or whatever.
I ain't gonna lie, it had me shook though, man. Pandemic, I wasn't touching nothing.
Oh no, no, me either. I was one of them people that you gonna change your clothes when you come in the house. I was one of those people in the beginning.
Yeah. Gloves, mask, and I still got it twice.
But I didn't get it until like this year, like 2022. I was so mad.
Did you?
Yeah, I got it in November of 2022, and I have been all over the world.
And I'm still vid free.
Look, that is so great.
Me too. And the thing is, like, I didn't get vaxxed, and I got fed up of being in the house, and so I just started being outside. Like Florida was open, so I was in Florida. Like
Florida didn't stop. They didn't have COVID.
I was in places where I was like, "Yo, if I'm ever going to catch it, this is going to be the place." Like,
and I was mad that I got mine, and I probably got it either between Cincinnati and Dayton. And I was like, well, why didn't I get it in Tulum? Or, I literally been all over the country and got it in either Cincinnati or Dayton.
Yeah.
I got one in Dayton, one in Cincinnati.
Yes. Yeah, I think I either got mine at Walmart or at a Mary J. Blige concert. In Cincinnati. So like Walmart in Dayton or Mary J. Blige in Cincinnati.
Did you say Walmart?
Walmart.
Hey, I always thought if I was gonna catch it, Walmart would be the place.
Nah, CBS.
Nah, bro, you gotta see some of the Walmarts around here, man. It's just like, cool. I know one big thing, and let me make sure I read it correctly.
It's a thorough bio.
It is. I was gonna say, what
I don't know what you're looking at. I'm nervous.
What paragraph?
You ain't gotta be nervous with us.
To?
You can tell we chill and laid back.
We all have your bio, like,
it's right here.
And I told him, I said, get rid of all of that. Say what you want to say.
No, you didn't, because now I'm about to tell you exactly what you told me.
Yeah. She was paragraph 4, subsection A.
She was like, you can cut everything that you want. She was like, but you gotta leave this one part.
I did.
So I'm going to this one part. It's the very last sentence of your bio.
Yep.
Okay.
It says, when asked what continues to motivate Ashley to serve her community, she notes the legacy of her grandfather, Harry C. Browning. So I wasn't gonna miss that. You ain't gonna be mad at me.
Thank you.
I told you to say that on the podcast.
I mean, a lot of times we don't realize that people paved the way for us, right? Or they sacrificed things to give us opportunities that they didn't have. And like I said, most people don't have the opportunity for somebody to pay for them to go to college. Most people are living in debt. And literally, my grandfather paid for me to go to college. And I'm grateful for the opportunity because I don't think I would have the same opportunities if I would have just stayed in Dayton. So that's why I would say I always want to continue that legacy and saying or giving him some props in what I do. So that's why I want to also make sure that we always say that part.
Yeah.
Well, high school.
Forget it.
I went to Meadowdale.
Oh, okay. All right.
Why you get off the screen? Hold on. Somebody left soon as I said Meadowdale.
We still here.
Nah, B-Dub. He went away as soon as I said Meadowdale.
Nah.
Man, I ain't got no beef for Meadowdale.
I'm from the city. I went to Patterson.
We beat them. We beat them.
I see the Trotwood hoodie. I seen that.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to share something that what E said when he was talking about like how you feel about like the whole hybrid situation. And so in my self-care spiel, I give that spiel about so one of the components of self-care is occupational self-care. So occupational self-care is basically like that work-life balance, right? And a lot of times we don't have that work-life balance. But I always tell people, like, if you die tomorrow, your job will be posted the next day. Yeah. So making sure that you don't overextend yourself to something that don't care for real, Yeah. So making sure that you actually have the occupational work-life balance, the opportunities to continue to seek professional development. If that is you becoming a business owner, if that is you going to a training or class, use those resources. If your job pay for you to go to school, guess what? Use your job to pay for you to go to school. Because some people don't have those opportunities. So making sure that you take care of any opportunity that you have to be, your best self. And you want to show up in your workplace or in your small business as your best self. So you got to do whatever that works best for you and to make sure that your mental health is preserved in those spaces.
I 100% agree.
So how do you encourage people to do that? I'm kind of glad you switched on to this, Ashley. How do you encourage, someone who probably hasn't always done the best at taking care of themselves? How do you encourage them and how do they get started doing that?
I think that the easiest way is to not overthink it. I think a lot of times we think, oh, I got to do this, and that. But literally, you can start by scheduling a doctor's appointment. You can literally start by scheduling 5 minutes a day. So that 5 minutes a day can be you drive to work in silence. That 5 minutes a day can be I take a glass of wine before bed. Whatever you enjoy for those 5, 10, 15, whatever minutes that you can allow for yourself. You do that. And a lot of times, and I will say, I'm big on the Black community and mental health and physical health. We don't go to the doctor, right? Yeah. So schedule your 6 months appointment. Schedule your routine checkups. Go to the dentist. Do it.
We was just on here last week talking about dentist and if you don't take care of your teeth, it's gonna hurt you down the line. So
preventative care, man, it's
preventative care. Yeah, it's definitely there.
And speaking of going to the dentist, did you know that after retirement, Medicare does not pay for those types of things? Like,
dentist dentist is one of the most expensive things. Like everything else got like a little copay. You pay a little copay. When you go to the dentist, they like, nah, we want all our money right now. like all our money.
So you have to get those supplements. You have to get Medicare A, B, C, and D because they don't pay for none of that stuff, man. And they're trying to take it away.
And you already know when you get older, those things decline.
Yeah, they break down.
So I want to get LASIK, but my doctor told me once you over 40, your eyes automatically change. So yes, you can get LASIK, but it might not last as long as somebody, that got it before they were 40. Right. So, you got to know those type of things, but we actually have to be a voice for ourselves too. And I don't know if we've had those spaces or opportunities to feel like that we can advocate for ourselves in the medical field. So being able to say like, something not right with my arm and being able to keep saying it and not just say it one time. You know what I'm saying? So I think that'll be a good place to start is really literally doing, whatever your physical health assessment is. Have you done your breast mammograms? I know y'all ain't doing that, but have you done your breast mammograms?
There's some more invasive things we got to do.
But guys should check their boobs too. So I don't know if y'all know that, but you can get a lump. It's not as common, but it's a possibility.
And that's the thing about the thing about guys is the stuff that we have to go through. You're not so eager to go to your primary physician
I
and
know.
be like, listen, doc, can you check me out? Can you violate me today? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's embarrassing, but you have to get those types of things done.
Okay, so but we do it more often than you all. Like, so we go for pap smears and we supposed to do it at least yearly. So I don't know how often men go, but we go and we got a whole
Well,
machine.
I mean, once you get to be our age, it's yearly that they, force you to do that spin around.
Yeah. When you're getting your backside busted.
Oh, man.
I don't know. When I had my last thing, it was like, yo, there's nothing there, so come back in like 10 years.
No.
See, that's a problem right there because the gap is too wide. They say that because they're really just guessing when they say that, like every so and so years, because it can happen anytime after that. So
true story.
So
and I would say, if you're Black, you go every year because we're more prone to any type of diseases than anybody else. So cancer, high blood pressure, any of that thing, we are at a higher rate than any of our counterparts. So if you think something is off, you need to go, basically.
I think that's a factor of diet, though. Is because
diet affects everything, though.
Yeah, like the things that we choose to consume and the things that, you know what I'm saying, throughout history, we were forced to consume, and it's been passed down from generation to generation. But if you change your diet and get rid of, you know what I'm saying, the pork and the fried foods and the unhealthy eating, a lot of that stuff prevents a lot of the ailments that we have. So I'm a proponent of, you know what I'm saying, I don't mess with pork. I don't eat a lot of fried foods. Like, I'm not anti-chicken wing or nothing. Like,
I'm gonna say, I just had some chicken wings today.
Yeah, if I want some wings, I'm gonna grab some. But I don't. Yeah. I
don't eat pork or beef.
Yeah, it's not huge in my diet. Like, I try to eat a lot of greens, fresh fruits, organic if possible. But yeah, that's one thing that we definitely have to change is stop eating all the fried food, catfish, and all that other. That stuff's trash, man.
But when you go to the minority communities, that's what you see. There's not a lot. There's no Whole Foods here. There's not a lot of healthy options.
Right.
And when you hear on the radio, like I can't stand this commercial. I think it's a market or something. They talk about something with the
know what you know. Yeah, I already know what you're talking about. I ain't gonna say the market because it's Black owned. It's Black owned, but I'm gonna go. I know what you're talking about.
I need to hear the commercial at least. What do they say?
Without saying the name, what's the commercial?
They're promoting
neck bones and
unhealthy food.
Neck bones and all of that kind of stuff. The commercial is hilarious, actually.
Hilarious.
Because at the end they say period. So
like I'm like, y'all selling the swine to the masses, man. Stop.
I don't mess with anything that ends with period.
Wait.
I mean, you go to Trotwood, man, all you see is dialysis machines, places, and you see drive-thrus, fast food. You go
dollar stores and JJ Fish.
I was so mad that they just changed the Walgreens to a dollar store.
Right now?
In Trotwood?
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
I was so upset. Like, we do not need another dollar store.
They don't value the
grocery store in Trotwood.
When you see dollar stores and those types of stores, they don't have any faith in the community. They think you can't afford certain things. So they trying to, and then from what I hear on the news is those prices in dollar store aren't even $1. They hike up the prices at the counter.
Well, so unfortunately, we are forced to shop, like grocery shop in some of those stores.
Yeah.
Because the access to transportation, all of that good stuff, right? So I can choose. I live in Northwest Dayton, so I can choose to go to Inglewood or I can choose to go to a Vandalia to shop. But everybody don't have the opportunity or have the access to drive to somewhere else. So yeah, they're going to sell a TV dinner at the dollar store for $10, but we know we can get a TV dinner at Kroger for $2.
Mm.
But some people don't have the luxury of driving somewhere else to get something. And I didn't know people shop at the dollar store until I was at the dollar store one day and I seen people literally like grocery shopping.
Yeah, with the cart.
At the carts, but they don't have any other choice because there are no grocery stores in our areas.
Yeah, and I mean that's sad because I mean when me and B.O.R.I.S was coming up in Trotwood, we had Food Town, we had an IGA too, and Cub Food.
Cub Food.
Yeah, I'm like,
I remember when Cub Foods first. That was like the
Cub
greatest
Food
grocery
was
store.
like the
Yeah.
best. Yeah, it was the best
Yeah.
grocery store ever. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like we had 3 grocery stores in just our little neighborhood, in our suburb.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't like that no more, man. Now I do believe that there is, and I believe it's on West Third, like a grocery store co-op, if I'm not mistaken.
It's on Salem.
On Salem?
The Gym City Market.
Okay, yeah, just trying
Yeah.
to bring in like healthier alternatives, local sourced produce and things like that. I haven't been in Dayton in a while, but I know I try to keep abreast of what's going on in the city.
Yeah, the Gym City Market is awesome, but people complain about the prices because they are a little bit expensive, a little bit more.
Yeah,
But I won't say they're expensive. But if you know anything about a market, markets tends to be a little bit higher than a Kroger or like a big chain restaurant.
Yeah. You pay for quality.
You pay for quality. And I want to tell you, the market has stuff like it's amazing to see what they offer. Like they have a variety of things that you wouldn't typically get at a Kroger or Walmart or wherever, you know.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that the Gym City Market is, is trying to make a change in the community.
yeah. I mean that's all you can do is, try to present people with something different, and hope they kind of take advantage of what it is you're offering and see that, there's more than one way to kind of do things. And with the way that prices are in general, there ain't that much difference now between the crap and the good stuff.
It's not.
It's not like,
but it's still a what's the word? I guess a generational or a mindset thing, because if you always bought junk, you're gonna continue to buy junk, right?
Yeah, and it's so, like you said, it's up here. It might be a difference of a 50 cent or $1, but that dollar could mean so much more to your health. You got to look at it on both ends. Like, all right, I'm gonna save this 50 cent to $1, but I'm gonna feel horrible. Why not just spend that dollar and you're gonna spend it somewhere else anyway?
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy is like the regular schmegular white eggs. They actually more expensive than the range-free, cage-free organic eggs.
Yeah, they are.
And people don't even think about it, and they just like, wow, I'm gonna pay $7. It's like, well, you could have got organic for $4.99.
Yeah.
So I use plant-based butter, and plus a plant-based butter has always been high, right? So it was always like $5 to $7. It's cheaper than regular butter now.
Yeah.
Man, I'm like, that's crazy.
Have y'all seen Main Street in Trotwood lately?
No.
Have y'all seen the new construction? They have apartment. I think they might be.
They're gonna be senior apartments.
Yeah. Where I think used to be a Subway right there in Trotwood. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's right on that side right there. There's a senior community being built right there.
Down there by Higgins?
Yeah, they actually
from Higgins.
Okay.
They did a grand opening yesterday in Trotwood for a Goodwill Easter Steels. So
that's across the street.
So it's next to the Lee's.
Okay, yeah, right across the street. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they
the Lee's and the mayor's office, like the administration building. So they building it up. It's just no like food places.
Shout out to Lee's for never going out of business, man.
I mean, you can't. We're gonna keep them in business right there.
I mean, I think they got like a wing, like Wednesdays.
Wing Wednesday or
like it's like $1 or something for They not going nowhere.
I rock with Lee's, man. I'm all for community health, but I'm gonna rock with Lee's though.
Yeah, I'm like, they not going nowhere.
I haven't had fast food in so long, man.
That's what I'm saying. I don't mess with it, man.
Man, you was pumping Whoppers the other day, dog.
That's every blue moon, but that's a lick.
This man,
don't mention the lick on. Don't mention the lick on.
Legitimately had a life hack for Whoppers.
Hey man, I take advantage when I can, but I don't mess with it that often.
Yeah, you made me these go.
I ain't even gonna tell y'all my guilty pleasure.
No, well, you got to now.
Too late. Now you're open it up.
Man, I discovered Arby's. It's so great.
Arby's. I don't like nothing on my fries. I just like plain potatoes. And Arby's don't got regular fries.
The curly
they got curly fries.
No, they got crunch on them, and I don't like.
You don't like the little razzle dazzle?
No.
No, I like
curly
plain.
fries.
No,
They
give me a
got
plain
crinkle
jam.
fries. Have you tried that crinkle fries?
Do they got crunch on it, or is it just a
No,
plain?
it's a regular crinkle.
Man, every fry has crunch on it.
Yeah.
Nah, there's a difference, man.
Yeah.
Nah, man. These new age fries, they be battering these joints, and I hate it. I'm like, yo, I just want a fried potato.
So whose fries do you like?
Penn Station.
Penn Station, yeah, I like hand cut fries. Penn Station is fire. Obviously McDonald's fries.
Yeah.
McDonald's
is going down for me.
They batter up.
Huh?
They batter up.
No, they ain't. They just regular fries. McDonald's.
I heard they were dipped in milk.
Well, that don't make no crunch.
No, I mean not the deep fried crunch aside. You find with the deep.
Yeah, I mess with
with
deep fried crunch.
Gotcha.
A lot of these places that you go to, they have like a batter on the fries or some type of
I got
seasoning.
it.
Yeah, you don't like that seasoning batter on the top of it.
Yeah, like I don't want none of that joint.
Oh, so you really don't like a Rallies or nothing like that?
I don't, man. Them two things is
yeah.
terrible.
And Rallies is fire. Well, the fries is fire.
You don't like fries?
No,
when you said batter and crunch, that's all Rallies.
Man, them joints is terrible. Like, give me a plain.
Yeah, they're terrible for you. They fired them.
Put it in grease and give it to me.
Yeah, he might have to get banned from this segment.
Nah, man, y'all talking about nasty fries now, man. This podcast is off the rails now.
I
man.
mean, all you giving us is McDonald's, man.
Man,
McDonald's is basic.
My preference is some hand cut fries. So like a Penn Station, Steak Escape, and all them type of places. Or even like I like crinkly fries. I like waffle fries from Chick-fil-A, but I don't want no extra. Give me cut the potato, put it in the grease, put it in the packaging.
Period.
Yeah. Period. Don't razzle
I thought you didn't deal with period.
I was putting that on my guy. That's how he acting right now. That's how he acted.
Nah, man, don't razzle dazzle me, man. Just give me a plain potato.
You acting real fried bougie right now, man.
I am a fried dude. I swear to goodness, because I'll go into restaurants and I order something, and the very first thing I say, "Do y'all fries have crunch?" And they're like, "No." I swear,
he ain't lying. Listen, he ain't lying.
They're gonna be like, "Sir, I don't know what the hell you."
They like, no,
we drop them in the deep fryer. Hell yeah, they got crunch.
Nah, they know exactly what I'm talking about because I explained it. I said, "Do y'all fries have crunch?" And it was like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "Look, do y'all fries look like a cut potato, or when you take it out the bag, do it look like it got like crinkly like stuff on it?" And they're like, "Nah, sir, they're just regular fries. They come out and they not regular fries." I'm like, "Yo, I don't send them back. I don't want them."
You ain't lying.
They'd be like, "Man, just get some broccoli, dog."
Oh, you know who got some good Brussels sprouts? Smash Burgers.
Hey,
Smash Burger got Brussels sprouts?
And they fire.
Hey, them burgers be like $11, man.
They do.
Or a cheeseburger, man.
They do though.
Yeah, I don't mess with crinkly fries, man. And I ask every single time if an entree comes with fries, is it? And I actually try to look around the restaurant to see what people got. Seriously, I don't like them, man. Like they nasty to me.
I hate folks to look at my
crunch,
food,
man.
I'm looking at your fries, bro. If you sit next to me, your fries.
I be like this with my food, like my joint. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man, let's reel this thing back in. Ashley, we want to give you an opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, drop your social medias, your contacts. How can people get in contact with Miss Ashley Browning?
For anything business related, I am at browningenterprises.com. And then if you want to reach me about anything self-care related, I am at She's Selfish LLC on all platforms.
Okay.
How can they get in contact with you if they want to share nasty fries with you?
A nasty prize?
Nasty fries. Yes. Yeah, he's trying to get.
He's talking about nasty prizes, man. What's wrong with this?
I said nasty fries, man.
Bro.
Like, wait, what?
Yeah, man.
I mean, I do sell sexual health products, so that's why I was like, maybe he's
I mean, I saw that in the bio.
Well, see, hold on, time out. We were actually trying to avoid that because Blast wanted to talk about it. And since you mentioned it, Blast, go ahead. Here's your opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, since we're talking about nasty prizes, let's go on and talk about it.
I thought that was the game, like the segue to it. So I'm gonna promote,
It wasn't. Go ahead. We'll let you go ahead and promote your business.
Oh, so what you had? You got a question, Diggs?
Oh, well, I mean,
Put him on blast. You gotta
yeah, I'm like,
He ready.
You put it all on me, and this guy's the one talking about nasty prizes.
I said prize, man. I said prize.
Ashley
But
was like-
to be
Ashley was
completely
like, whoa.
to be completely honest, we didn't know how this was going to go, so we didn't know what topic to go at. We didn't know if we should dive into the sexual part of this. But since we're here,
Yeah, we here
about
now, man.
We here. I mean, ask me anything.
All right, nasty man, ask.
Well, I'm kind of at a loss for words, man.
You were offering nasty prizes. I think you should go ahead and
So-
lead it off.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, there was one guy who clearly brought this up.
I said nasty fries. Y'all nasty, so y'all heard nasty fries, nasty fries.
Hey, this has to be the name of the pod.
A nasty
It has to be
prize.
nasty
Nasty
fries.
fries.
No, nasty prize.
Fries. Okay.
Man, I've been trying to keep us above water and trying to make this a very professional podcast.
I like Ashley's reaction. I think she was about to be out like a nasty prize. What y'all doing? She was like,
I was like, oh, maybe this is the, they want to talk about sexual health, but didn't know how to ask,
All right.
well, no. Since we're here,
here.
and you said you offer sexual health products, let's talk a little bit about that. Is that in the self-care business?
Yes.
Okay.
So I am a adjunct professor as well, and in my adjunct professor, I do women and gender studies, and I do intro to sexuality. But also I am an educator by trade, so sexual education is like my thing, right? So I have opportunity to teach college students about how to use condoms. I do HIV testing and Hep C testing, so like ways to like prevent yourself, right? So, but in my discovery of working with college kids, I realized that like adults don't know anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of expanded that in my business as well to like kind of, especially Black women. I don't know if you know the statistics, but Black women are 11 times more likely to contract HIV than any other population, and they contract HIV through heterosexual sex. Versus our white counterparts. Our white counterparts normally contract HIV through IV drug use. So my job in that part is to kind of like educate, make people aware of like how to protect yourself, things that you can do and all that good stuff. But also the fun part, I had a hairdresser that we was, hairdresser, you talk about everything. Y'all got beards, so y'all get them shaped up, right? I don't know if y'all got hair, all y'all got hair or what, but y'all got beards, y'all get those shaped up, y'all go to the barbershop, y'all know how it goes down in the barbershop and the beauty shop, right? So one of my, we was talking about like, not able to experience or reach orgasms and over 25 years old and have not had this opportunity before. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's a disservice, right? So
I'm listening now. Like, hold on.
Yeah, here comes
Where
the
do I
prize.
fit into this entrepreneurial opportunity?
So,
Here comes
and
the
then
jewel.
I was like, well, how do I make women comfortable? And then two, be able to allow women to explore be sexually empowered and sexual pleasure, right? So I have some yoni products. So yoni is, the word for vagina, right? So I offer
you got to teach us now. Like,
Yeah,
No,
so-
I'm actually familiar with that because they have like these yoni facials.
you can do a yoni vajacial.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
he
So
said
you
he
can
gets
do-
yoni facials all the time.
Yeah.
hey man, I am logging off.
You getting yonied out here, dog?
I'm sorry, man. My bad. I couldn't help it. I
Yes,
couldn't help it.
man.
Ashley out here throwing the alley oop, and I
Well,
I
y'all
had to
act
come.
like y'all have some couth about yourself.
I'm just
My
saying,
bad,
like,
my bad.
how did
That's on me.
y'all
That's on
get
me.
that term? How did y'all get that term? Like, what is it?
So yoni is indigenous to the African culture.
Okay.
So has been practiced in African culture, Middle Eastern cultures for years, for centuries. And it's just now something that is coming to the US within the most recent years. But it is something that like you do, you can do yoni steams. I don't know if y'all heard about that. So why did you laugh?
Yeah. I'm like, so
But the way he laughed, like just
I am familiar with the yoni steam.
But B-Dub, they actually have steams for a penis steam too.
Ah.
Yeah.
What are they?
So I'll tell y'all how to kind of do that too.
Yeah.
So you can do vagina steams, the yoni steams. I recommend people do those like at a shop to kind of get the full experience, like a suite or like a little studio or something. They offer. Where do y'all live?
They're in Dayton, Cincinnati, Nashville.
Oh, okay, y'all close. But yeah, I know Dayton, Cincinnati. I've got my first one in Cincinnati. Nashville, I know they got some. That's like the white Atlanta, right? So I offer yoni steams. I offer yoni oils. I have this is the one y'all probably really gonna love. I have female supplement pills. I am now about to offer. So the female supplement pills help you with wetness and arousal. And then I will be offering a male pill. It's in testing trial right now to help you with B-Dub. Don't get a move like that. But
why you keep going at B-Dub? I mean, this guy E is losing it down here.
Man, because I'm just realizing where we have now taken this podcast. We're out of here.
I mean, we try to say we're well-rounded, man. Me and B-Dub are actually having a discussion, and you're out here giggling every time the word yoni or yoni.
Yeah, I for one think this is one of our better pods right now. This just went. This has got turned up a notch.
PG, but
it's PG. We keep it all right.
We keeping it PG, but we have a male. I have a pill that's in. I have a pill that's in testing for the male right now that is helping with erection, stamina, and sexual arousal. So that is in testing right now, and I have had some great responses. So I'm going to send you guys one so you can give me all good reviews.
We accept all products.
Yes,
it'll be a first. It'll be a first.
This yoni.
And everything is all natural, so no chemicals. I'm not a chemical person. I don't use anything chemical based. Everything is all natural. So, but if you have any like heart disease or anything, you probably want to check with your doctor first.
I love where this podcast has turned, honestly. And here's the funny part about it. Why I'm just cracking up is because when we first started, we sat here and was like, yo, I don't know her. She don't know us. But as this hour has gone along, you can tell that everybody has let their guard down and that we comfortable with each other now. And that's one of the things that I think that we do well as podcasters is we get to the comfortability.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about yoni steams and yak steams and everything else, man. Like,
I still don't know what it is though.
The only steam I'm dealing with is in the shower, man.
Yeah. So is that what it is?
No, so it's herbs, so natural herbs, and you would place it in a bowl,
a neti pot,
like pretty almost. You can put it in like a crock pot to get it like warm, and then you would transfer the water and the herbs to like if you do it at home, you would do it typically like over the toilet somewhere that you can sit, and you would kind of steam to kind of like detox, so to get any like bad trauma, any like sexual so like if you had a bad sexual experience and you want to detox it out your body, if you have problems with your menstrual periods, you would kind of get that out. It helps with cramping. It's really good for women who have fibroids, and Black women are more prone to get fibroids, so they help shrink it because it's hot, right? So it's a heat level, so it helps shrink the those fibroids and stuff like that. So I recommend people to do them every week that you're not on your period. Well, not men, but of course, women every week that you're not on your period. So at least 3 weeks out of the month.
And then the benefit for the guys is,
so it helps to make sure that things don't drop for you all. So they don't tell us that when we're younger that your balls drop, right?
Keep it family, Ashley. You're tiptoeing a line out here.
Welcome to the H&S Podcast.
They don't tell us that stuff, right? So making sure that you do, that you don't have any bacteria or anything, in your prostate area. I turned it around prostate area. See,
well, you don't actually steam your nugs. You steam behind your nugs.
Correct.
Okay, got you.
This guy said his nugs.
So you're talking about? I don't want to say
that little area.
So you saying tank? Is that what you're saying?
From nug to tug.
that eat nug to tug. Yeah.
Oh man.
So we're out here car washing the nugs.
Pretty much. It's a system reset.
Yeah.
All right.
He's like, all right.
Yeah, I did want to send a shout out to you, Ashley. You mentioned you were an adjunct professor. Where's that at? I think I know, but I don't want to say it wrong.
So I did some adjunct work at Wright State, but I'm currently now at Central State. So
okay.
HBCU pride, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to the Marauders. Shout out to the Raiders too.
The president's been getting a lot of negative press. He's out here hard on these ladies out here. I heard.
I about to say which one? Wright State or
Central?
I just started in November, and I'm going to be doing a different project. So this is going to be interesting to see like how it unfolds, and I'm excited to bring something to the underserved community.
Got you.
Yeah. This is
man.
I love the way we pivoted to this, man.
This has been an experience. I honestly, and
y'all was reading my bio like we gonna talk about this, but not this.
Well,
we was dancing around. We got danced delicately, man.
Because we didn't know. We saw the scripture. We was like, all right, man, we got to keep.
Yeah, we saw the scripture. I was like, yo, we
didn't even talk about my nonprofit. That's what I said. Let's talk about what y'all want to talk about. But yeah.
So we're gonna have you back on now that you're comfortable. Well, we can talk about all sorts of steam.
Now that we know you, now that we all friends.
Yeah, we can talk. Like I said, anything. Just let me know. I can flow with y'all. I can hang with the boys. Let me know what beer to taste.
Oh,
yeah, there it is.
We definitely gonna link back up.
And she said she was sending us product. So
yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna send it to y'all.
I want to thank you for hopping on. Like I said, we didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. I just reached out on a whim because I saw that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was dropping your name. I was like, well, she's probably somebody I need to talk to and get her on the podcast. And you know what I'm saying? It's funny, like everybody said, how we pivoted, and it sound people that listen to the end of this podcast like, oh, they've known each other forever.
Yeah.
I love this pod right here.
All it took was E mentioning a nasty prize in the podcast.
See what nasty prizes get you, man.
And one more time for the listeners, as we close out, drop your social media and your contact information. If you want people to order Noni juice or whatever you selling, that's it.
Noni juice.
Yoni with a Y.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean that's some different juice, man. I don't think you can sell that.
So if you need anything about business, I do LLC paperwork, and I do 501c3 paperwork, or anything like how to do strategies and all of that good stuff. I do that at www.browningenterprisesllc.com. If you would like to purchase any Yoni products or any self-care products, you can reach me at sheselfish.com.
I really think, Ashley, you're missing an opportunity here. I think you might have to rebrand some of this stuff, Nasty Prizes.
Hey.
I'm gonna take that into consideration.
Yeah, I mean, if it takes off, just hit us off on the side with a little.
And on
you
that,
have to follow me on social media because you gotta see my page is wild about the products.
Did you drop your social media?
Sure. But my main page, it's on my main page. She's Ashley Browning.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
So you have two pages. You have your regular page, and then you have the Yoni page.
So I talk about everything. I literally talk about everything on my personal page.
Oh,
okay.
So because people buy from the person, right? Like they know me, so they're gonna buy from me. I have a business page, but of course they're gonna see like, what's she talking about today? She's talking about anything Yoni today, So yesterday, okay, y'all, this is probably not what y'all use on y'all podcast, but I had a review from a husband who accidentally used one of my Yoni soaps, and he said his balls was minty. So,
this is staying.
People love that. So that was on my personal page. So
you got to have nug care. That is important, dog.
No, care is important.
I know this is like going off subject, so I'll just leave that there. Just make sure y'all reach me out. You can find me on my personal social media at Ashley N. Browning. That is my brand everywhere, Ashley N. Browning.
Got you. Once again, thank you for joining us. You are welcome back anytime, and we probably will be reaching out to you in the future to have you back on.
Yeah, we gotta have her back.
Heck
Man.
yeah.
It was a good time, y'all. We had a good time.
All right. Once again, this is the Hops and Stocks podcast. Signing out. Enjoy.
Shell of a man if we ever depart. From my heart to I'm riding with you. I'm riding